this is for the community, and this is Dr. Naram. And so I went into meditation for a couple of days, just, off and on. And I just go, okay, let me connect with you. And it really was the first time I've ever sat down and tried to connect with Dr. Naram. And it was such a blessing, and it was just like, okay, what about this quote? Tell me, what do you want the people to know? What about this? And I kept saying the quote over and over and over. And, he's got it in parentheses. In the parentheses of that quote is our two greatest obstacles in life, and it's to seeing ourselves or others clearly. So what I really got was this quote to Dr. Naram is really the foundation of the teachings and of healing. If it's going to be healing yourself or it's going to be healing others, this for him, what I felt was this for him, this is the foundation. Those things have to be addressed in order to really heal, in order to really heal others. And so I feel like it was such an important quote to him. So I'm so excited that we're going to be discussing this today. And our agenda is basically the following. We're going to have some announcements. There'll be the disclaimer. We're going to welcome new people. There'll be a short meditation. And after that meditation, we have a special guest today, Gary Malkin. We're so excited that he's here. He's going to share with us a new piece he's written, I believe. And also, after that, we'll have our discussion. And with the discussion, I just want to say this is about you all. And so, each one of us has a slice of the pie in the whole picture. So really, this is about you guys sharing and participating in this, because that's where we all learn. You have a gift to share, and we're a safe community. So please engage and share, and we will learn from each other. And that's all I have to say about that. After that, we'll go to breakout groups. So now I'll turn it over to, I believe Susan is going to do the announcements. So.
Good morning, everybody. Good to see you. And thank you, Ariona. Beautiful beginning. And great to see you, Gary. Hi. Good to see you back. And, for everybody, you can go away, you can come back. We're always a safe haven. We're always a place to have people come back to and be here. So to begin with, it was such an exciting week because we had our introductory course for the emergency preparedness class, and that's starting October 10th. Carol, you're here. Do you want to say something about it?
I'd love to, Susan. Thank you. Yes, we had the kickoff and kind of a general announcements about the course, and to talk about Dr. Naram's role in some major world events, including helping first responders after 9/11 in New York, and also being there for the Nepalese people after the earthquake, and other times where we've been able to see the ancient secrets in action in different situations where people are in need. So this course kicks off 10:10 at 10 a.m. Pacific. And it is a course that will be having some accountability partners and small groups that meet more frequently than the once a month scheduled times. The dates are October 10th, November 7th, December 5th, January 9th, subject to change depending on what's happening. But the idea is we get together and have a couple of hours where we talk through how to keep calm under pressure. If the whole world is falling apart, how do we stay in love? How do we stay out of fear and ego? And how do we make the most of a situation by being prepared for whatever is coming? And so from the biggest piece of that pie is ancient secrets for calming and being centered. The other is practical lists that have been compiled from various sources. About the first piece is grab and go, a 72-hour plan for if you have to evacuate. What do you take? What do you have? What do you need? We'll also be talking about how to budget and prioritize the things that you want to add to your grab and go bag. And then a second session would be more sheltering in place, and then additional options on foraging and how to survive in different circumstances. So we're very excited about it. We've had great contributions from other people in the community for this. And we had kind of looked at the price for this to be $497. And because it's so very important, Dr. Clint decided to make it on a donation basis. So it should be available to everyone right now. I think because we have to have some kind of dollar figure, and then we put $20 in there. So it should be available to anyone, although we encourage people who can to pay more, because this is something that proceeds help with the Ancient Secrets Foundation for the kids in Nepal. Also, as an incentive, if you get on the ball, get registered right away, we have a special bonus. Cornelia, could you talk about the special 7-day bonus?
Right.
If you could, really quickly, we've got a lot to pack in within just a short amount of time.
Yeah, I will make it really quick. It is called the Zen of Nia, and Nia is actually a movement practice that really focuses on moving the body and healing the body while you are moving, and using music as an instrument to actually heal yourself. And this is called the Zen of Nia, 7 days to tranquility, because when we are talking about emergencies, the first thing we are going often is into panic mode. So how can we train our muscle to really go quickly from maybe being really anxious into calmness? And all these practices that we are going to do with breath and sensing and all of that will help you with that. So that is a gift that we give everyone who is signing up by Wednesday this week. So if you are quick and sign up by Wednesday, then you will get it as part of the course.
Thank you. That's it. Thanks, Susan.
Okay, great. So we have pulse clinics coming up, and Dr. Clint is starting pulse clinics in LA, Portland, and Syracuse this month. And Dr. Giovanni is doing pulse clinics in Switzerland, Belgium, and Spain. And the last thing I'll talk about is art time. God, we had so much fun. Excuse me. We had so much fun with Robin this past week, and our next art time is going to be with the wonderful artist Judy Lamar. So you don't have to have experience in doing art. I won't say talent, because everyone has talent, but come and join us. It's so much fun. It again is the session is $5 or donation or more, and it's just going to be a great time. And it is October 9th, 10 to 11. So those are my announcements for today. Thank you.
Thank you so much, everybody, for the announcements. I want to just take a quick moment and welcome any new people that are here. Do we have any new people? And I don't see, and just raise your hand if there's a new person. Kayla, anybody else? Hi, Kayla. Would you be willing to speak for a moment and just let us know where you're from and how did you find Ancient Secrets?
Hi, yeah, I'm excited to be here. I'm good. I've been wanting to jump on this call for a little while. I'm actually in Arizona now, but I live part Arizona, part Utah. I actually live probably 10 minutes from where Dr. Clint grew up.
Wow.
I actually met him online probably before he really got started. It's about 3 or 4 years ago, and talked to him online, and then just kind of followed him here and there. And it's time for my life where I want to get more involved with this. So it's just divine timing. So
that's excellent. Welcome to Ancient Secrets. We're so happy to have you here. And I believe there's a newsletter. Do you get the newsletter currently?
I do, yeah. And I've read the book, but like I said, I'm involved, so I appreciate it. Thank you for letting me be here.
Welcome. We hope to see more of you. All right. Next, we are going to kind of move as we do from our head to our heart and do a meditation. And so Jana has some wonderful music she's going to put on. This music is by Gary Malkin, who then will come on after the meditation and share with you. So let's go ahead and get centered. We're going to just make sure your feet are on the floor, that you're sitting up straight. And go ahead and shut your eyes. Take a deep breath in and hold it for a couple of moments. And then just relax and let out the breath. And a deep breath in and hold it for a couple of moments. And let it out. And as they're getting the music together, we'll just hear our own music for right now. And we will just be in the silence. And I'd like it if, well, it would be wonderful if you would just take another full breath, hold it, and just let it out. And when you let it out, just totally relax. And if you can keep on breathing in that fashion, and I'll just do a short guided meditation. So if you will, as your eyes are closed, look up to the top of your head. And there find this beautiful, beautiful purple lotus flower. Beautiful. And it's just opening and opening, wide open. And it's so beautiful. And you look up through your head, through the flower into the universe. And you see this amazing golden light. It's just magnificent. It's golden and it just is swirling, and it has bits of glitter all throughout it. And you watch it as it swirls around your body, around the top of your head. And breathe in. Deep breath in, hold it. Deep breath out. And this golden light, you look up and you see it starts coming down through the flower into your head, your brain cavity, your face. And you feel it touching all your cells. They're coming alive with this beautiful golden light. And it passes down through your neck, your arms, into your hands. Breathe in again, deep. Hold it. And as you breathe out, you see this beautiful golden light passing down through your chest cavity, your lungs, your respiratory system, your digestive system, all those beautiful organs inside your abdomen, your reproductive system. Everything is just coming alive as this golden light passes through your body. And it passes down through your legs, through your calves, into your feet. And for a moment, just feel this beautiful golden light in your body, in your cells, vibrant and alive with life, the gift of life. And you hold it in your body. Feel your skin and the barrier between your skin and the air. And just hold that for a moment. And take a deep breath in. Hold it. Let your breath out. And we're going to open our eyes very slowly. And as you do that, please hold on to this feeling inside your body. And open your eyes and still feel what you've been feeling. Still feel it. See 360 degrees around your being and feel feel 360 degrees as you come back to here. And with that beautiful music that Gary Malkin wrote, we have him as a special guest today, and he will be sharing with us. Thank you, Gary.
Hello, hello, you guys. It's been so long since I've seen you all. Yes. I'm so amazed that you guys let me on to play a little bit of something. And I am leaving my life of Marin. I've been wrapping up for the last 6 weeks and can't wait to go to Black Mountain, North Carolina, where I'll be leaving tomorrow morning, setting sail for the East Coast after 52 years of being a Northern Californian. I'm going to share, because we have very little time. This is International Peace Week coming up soon. International 40th anniversary of the International Day of Peace is September 21st. And Unity.Earth is celebrating by having an enormous amount of events coming directly from Japan, Hiroshima, and a 24-hour feed from all over the world honoring the International Day of Peace. And I made available to them 10 films with Sarah McCrum that helps us all share the cultivation of inner peace in community as we collectively breathe in inner peace as the precursor to outer peace. So this is one of the films. I will put in the chat the link where you can have access for 60 days for free to all the films and share wherever you want to go with whatever Zoom call you have, so that you can use it as a chance for the music, spoken word, and images to drop you in together to world peace. Here's one of the films that I created over the last 6 weeks. And I'm so excited. This is kind of a world premiere. So enjoy and use it as a contemplative, what I call a meditation.
Let's come together in peace. Let's practice peace as we spend our time in this community. Let's create a space where many voices may be heard, where differences may be expressed, where there's room for the full range of human dynamics. And all of it, and each one of us, is received in peace. Where we unite with each other around the fundamental value of being peaceful. So let's open this meeting. Let's connect with each other. Let's each one of us bring peace together. Let's unite for peace.
So that's a transformance. You can go to the website portalsofall.com/unity and actually use yourself as a peace DJ to actually integrate the 3 minutes of collective slowing down through this beautiful film format. I'm so excited to have a platform to be able to share these with you now. So enjoy, and I love you all, and I'm with you all, and I'll next time be coming from Black Mountain, North Carolina, my new home. Yay!
Oh, we love you and we're with you, Gary. Thank you so much for the precious, I mean, just all the precious music and things that you've shared in this community. I know so many people are, it makes such a difference in so many people's lives, Gary. And I just salute you for your courage. I mean, what a move. I used to be a California girl, and what a move from one side of the state to the other. So
Country, one side of the
blessings to
country.
you. I know, right? Blessings and just congratulations on
Thank you.
stepping into your new life. Yeah.
I love you guys.
Yeah.
Take care. I'll be
Yeah.
listening for a few more minutes here.
All right. Thanks for joining. All right. Well, let's get into our discussion, everybody. And, you know, all of us are professionals when it comes to the ego because we've all got one. And so, you know, I really hope all of you share because all of you have a definition of ego, and we may each have a slightly different definition. But what I thought is let's start with that. And so, what is ego? How would you define ego? And you can write it in the chat and we'll have time for maybe one share live if someone wants to share. I'm going to just set this here because I know we're on a strict time schedule. Okay. So if people want to put in the chat, what's your definition of ego? What is ego? And go ahead and write in the chat. Don't be shy. If you are, if you're afraid to speak up or you think you don't have anything to say, think again because, you know, seriously, there's nothing to fear here. We're a very safe community and we're going to learn from you. Everybody is learning from everybody in this call, you know, and that's how this works. We're a team. So please go ahead, put something in the chat. I don't know if my chat's not working or what I'm doing here. Let me look and see. Here we go. For some reason, my chat's not working. Ah, here we go. Now I'm getting to it. Ego is all about me, says one person. Thinking you're better than others. So comparison, edging God out. Feeling better than others. Ego is chattering of the mind and flares of energy in the system, trying to express its action around the parameters. An essential part of the personality that often gets a bad rep. We go, not me go. The ego is our self-definition, the way our mind defines I am. Ego is the false self. Ego is that part of me which I hate and deny. It stands between me and the life of my dreams. I'd like to just make a quick comment on that one if I could. So that's one of the things that I think is so important for all of us is, you know what? Ego is a part of us, right? And it does and did have a function. You know, what it did and does is that it kept us alive in this 3D reality. You know, there's this other part of us, this beautiful soul, this awareness, this consciousness. And within that, there's the ego is something that is operating in here, in our minds, right? And I don't think it's about hating it. I think it's about loving it and thanking it and sharing. You know, it's like, thank you for sharing, ego. We don't want it running our lives. We don't want it to be the top dog. We don't want it driving the car. But to thank it for what it's done so far in our lives, because it did keep us alive. We're here today. Its function has been to keep the body alive, to keep the DNA going. And it is very limited in many ways. But I think it's important, just like you would with anybody, to love it. To love it, be kind to it, but say, hey, thanks for sharing. Put it in the back seat of the car kind of thing. anyway, I just wanted
You don't let me know what are you looking for. I can't let you in. Please tell me in English who you're looking for, and if not, good luck.
are we,
I got him.
did,
Yeah, I got it. We're
did
good.
you want to
Oh,
share? Oh,
no, he's
okay.
talking to somebody else.
Okay. So I just wanted to throw that out there.
But Deborah Ann has her hand up if she'd like to share.
Excellent. Please, do I pick her or can you?
Yeah, we've
I
got her.
don't see it. I don't
Deborah
see
Ann.
it.
Thank you. Thank you. I love this topic because it's so alive in my life right now. And everything you said, Ariana, is so very true about the ego. It is what's kept us alive. And my experience just recently, I see the ego's job is to, in the situation I find myself in, to protect me. And if I'm being protected, there's an element of fear. So Dr.
Yes.
Naram said, we get to face our fear and our ego. They kind of go hand in hand. And as I've been processing through the events in my life, I kept getting the number 666, and it kept showing up in the weirdest places. And I finally got my little angel book out and looked at it. And you have to know, my brain has been on overdrive trying to figure out how I'm going to fix this, how I'm going to fix this, how I'm going to fix this. And I open up to the angel and it said 66. Stop. Let go. Spirit's going to handle whatever it is you need to have handled. And I thought, oh, there we go. I get to say, thank you, ego. And you don't have to fix this because we have a whole host of unseen helpers that are going to help me through this process. And I did. I was able to sleep. I was able to let go. I was able to say, hey, I'm trusting that the unseen realm is going to come to my aid. And then I got a phone call with someone who had a solution. And I thought, wow, thank you, Dr. Naram. So that's what I wanted to share. Thank you.
Oh my God, Deborah Ann, that is a beautiful story. And it just captures so much, seriously, so much, because ego doesn't want to surrender. Ego is dealing with only what it knows, and it only knows what it knows. It doesn't know what it doesn't know, and it doesn't know what it doesn't know. So, I mean, all that's out there in the unknown, and that scares the heck out of ego, because ego's supposed to protect you. But it's in 3D, it's in the body. It can't, you know, it can only do so much. It does want to keep you safe. But then there you were, and you surrendered into something grander. And then the answers came. It's just a beautiful story, because wouldn't that be how we manage the ego, right? How do we manage it? Because that is really what we need to do, is manage it. We don't want it to take over. We don't want to be identifying with it, which all of us have identified with it. We're all professionals with that. You know, before we ever even started questioning it, all of us were like, I am that. That's me. And it's like, no, not you. So thank you. Beautiful share. Shifra.
Yeah,
Can somebody, there you go.
I
Thank
want
you.
to share how, yesterday I used the principles, and I just was very tired. I had something I thought was not right with my heart, and I didn't know what to do. And it became clear to me that some of the ways that I get very argumentative are just really, really not good for me. And I do an open mic on Saturday, and I was really tired, and I said, nope, I'm not doing it this Saturday. And no, I'm not going to find somebody else to do it, because that involved more work than I was up to. And I went to the park, and some people in the community helped me, and I just listened to some, Anne Renee sent me some videos. I listened to some videos. I processed my feelings. I had to find a place to get them, to get out some of the grief and anger and hurt that I was carrying. I had to do that. And so I did. And then I rested. I just rested and rested and rested, because I was so exhausted. And then afterward, after I listened, she said, well, now it's a very happy day. I was pretty happy. Why don't you go out and do something you love? So I recorded a poem, and And then I thought, well, should I play the clarinet? I played it with for nobody. I mean, just the air and the grass. Then quickly, I said, okay, I don't know. I asked some people in the park if they wanted to hear it. They didn't want to. So I just kept going. And then I heard go to that tree. And I was like, okay, I'll just play for the tree. And then, and then two missionaries appeared. And I know that they want to talk to people on the street. And I just asked them if I wanted to play for them. And I played for them. And they were, I could tell, it was just like, it was like mesmerizing. And I felt, I don't know, I just felt like so good and so in sync. And the message of peace went through to them, and they asked if they could have my picture, take my picture. But the point wasn't having my picture. The point was we came together.
Yes.
And I put out all my thoughts of peace and justice and love, but in a way that was embracing for them and myself, and they were a big.
Thank you. That's a beautiful story, Shifra. And I love, it was almost as if the ego was kind of you were going to go into an old habit pattern.
Right.
And then you said, no. You said, no, I'm not going to go into that old habit pattern. And you surrendered and you started listening to more of that inner part of you, that spirit part of you that then guided you and took you. And then this whole beautiful experience unfolded. Thank you so much for your share. And I'm going to kind of move us on. I'm going to move us.
I did the marmas. I spent a lot of time doing the marmas beforehand, before it.
That's beautiful. That's beautiful. Thank you. Yeah, I want to fit in a couple marmas here too. Okay, so I'm sorry. I got to take a moment. Take a breath. Okay, so are we going to that right now? You don't know? What time is it here? Yeah, boy, we're running. Okay. So I'm going to rattle off just a couple questions. So, and this is and then we can throw that picture up. So I wanted to ask y'all, what are some of the characteristics of ego? So some of the characteristics of ego, like for example, in the stories we hear, well, ego wants to control, right? So that would be an example. Ego wants to control. It wants to keep everything in a nice little box and keep everything nice and safe and keep you in your old habit patterns. And it wants to, because that's where it thinks it's going to protect you. That's only one characteristic of ego. So if you guys want to write in the chat, what are some of the characteristics? So like, what are some of the red flags that'll help you to see, oh, I'm an ego right now. I'm an ego mind, and to pull away so that you're not just being the ego, you see it, right? You're the observer, you're the watcher, you're the awareness behind it all. And you go, what are some of the red flags that'll let you know that right now you're an ego? Just some things, just throw some things into the chat, and then we can throw up that diagram, Jana, after that. So some things might be defensiveness, right? When you're argumentative, like Schiffer had mentioned, argumentative, maybe you're angry. These are all more affiliated with the ego mind. And you guys, for some reason, I'm having a hard time with my chat. There we go. Feeling not good enough, when I'm not feeling love, but I'm defensive, pain, lack of breath, body tightness, holding my breath, anger. Body is always speaking before thought. Critical. So you're critical of others, or you're comparing with others. So these are some of the different characteristics so that you can spot it. If you're looking at yourself, you can spot it. And can we put that diagram up now? I know we're running short on time. I'm going to try and speed up. I'll do my best. So I don't know if you guys can see this, but here's a few of them. Some of them, you guys have already mentioned a lot of these. Always the past, the ego's in the past. It always is intellectualizing and trying to understand everything. You'll have judgments on other people and judgments on yourself. You'll be disconnected. That's the ego is a disconnector. disconnects us from other people, disconnects us from that awareness, that consciousness that we really are. It can be impatient. It's resistant to change, doesn't want change. It's afraid of change. There's pain and suffering. Somebody mentioned that. It doesn't like the unknown. It doesn't want to surrender or let go. It wants to hold on because it's scared. It wants to hold on, wants to protect you. It can be argumentative. A lot of times, if you're using language like I, mine, me, my, those are little indicators that, oh, okay, there it is. And again, fear is the bedfellow of ego, essentially. They work together. And we can have another talk about fear another time. Can you put up the diagram? We'll just put that up real quick. So it as kind of a contrast to ego, when you focus on consciousness and the awareness of the awareness of your mind, the awareness of the ego, and you can step out of it. I would almost say that's a first step. You see yourself in ego mind, right? And then you step away from it, and now you're looking at it and you're observing it. You're not judging it. It's like, thank you for sharing. And so now you want to get back to the present moment, because in the present moment is when you are consciousness and awareness, just like when we did our meditation, right? There's that other part of you. And so in this diagram, if you guys can see it, it's more like when you're uniting with your soul and the spirit and the essence of who you are. Now you're more comfortable with the unknown. You're going to surrender. You're going to be in the flow. There's going to be an awareness. You're actually being. You are being, just being. You have gratitude. You're identifying more with the I am instead of the I. I, my. Now you're more I am, and you're in a state of being. You're present in the present moment. So what are some things that can help? Like when we're stuck in ego, what are some things that can help? Any of you want to just one word, 2 words, because we don't have much time. Cornelia, did you raise your hand? What are some things that can help?
Yeah, for me, the biggest thing when I feel my ego coming up is actually one question that comes from a book. That is, the title is How Would Love Respond? And my question to myself is, what would love do? And the moment you do that, you're getting away from the ego and you're focusing on a completely different energy. And this is how I switch from when I feel I'm in the ego to something bigger outside of me that sees the world in a completely different than my ego self.
That's awesome. That's excellent. Yes,
I
beautiful.
have just
Thank you.
a short one to ask, what's my motivation here? Am I trying to teach? Am I trying to preach? Am I trying to fix? Am I trying
Yes.
to heal? Instead of listening to understand and making sure that someone feels heard, I go into, let me fix this for you. I'm a problem solver mode.
Right. Yes,
It comes from ego.
absolutely.
Yeah.
I know. And I know that one really well, really well. And it's total ego, because what do we know anyway? I mean, in the sense of that person, right? I mean, you only really know that person when you put ego aside and you listen. Now there's the opportunity to get to know the person, right? Which is why all that's so important for healing and healing yourself. And if you're going to heal others, that is the most important thing, which is why I think this quote was so important to Dr. Naram. And I wanted to do a couple of marmas. I think I have a moment to do those. And for me, a lot of getting out of ego is for me getting present. And again, that's listening, that's saying what would love do? So those are awesome things to be asking yourself. And when you get present, really present, it takes you out of that. It takes you into love. It takes you into your consciousness. It gets you out of your mind. You get more in your heart. And so again, the marmas that I love, that I know a lot of you love, this presencing marma, where you are going to touch this point right here between your nose and your lip, and you're going to breathe. You're going to start out here. You're going to breathe in and then breathe out. And you're going to do that 6 times. In and out. 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Oh boy, does that feel good. Get me out of my head. And there's another one I love about getting out of, I just love this one, and I'm not sure what it's called, but you can do it with 2 fingers. Wait, let me get in the picture here. 2 fingers down, and then the rest of the fingers curl around. Some of you might have difficulty doing that one, in which case just use 1 finger. You'll accomplish the same thing. And then you put your other 3 fingers touching your thumb, and come on, get in the picture hand. It reminds me of this little, I don't know how many of you remember. Do you ever do shadow dancing? You know, with they shine the light on your hand. And this was the little goose, and that was his eye. Anyway, that's what it reminds me of. So you have your hands again. Oh boy. Come on, Ariana, get it in the picture. There we go. Like that. And so then we breathe in. And then I just, as I breathe out, I go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And 2. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And 3. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And 6. And so when you do that, you can probably already feel the difference, right? So all the chatter, I would imagine, I don't know. For me, all the chatter kind of stopped when I did that. And for you, whatever your experience was perfect.
Excuse me,
And
Ariana. Ariana, hi, this is Luke. Can I say one thing about that particular moment?
absolutely, please do.
Okay, so it's called the Vaya Mudra, the Vaya Mudra,
I am
um, and it's about bringing down your Vata. Vaya is the god of wind, and as we know, Vata is about movement and wind. So there is a difference between the 2 fingers and the 3 fingers. I learned this from a video with Dr. Naram some time ago. One is for emotional Vata, and one is for physical Vata. I don't remember which one is which, but there is a difference. I just do them both to cover all the bases. I start out with the 2 fingers, and I do the 3 fingers. That's called the Vaya Mudra. It's for bringing down Vata.
Excellent. Thank you for that distinguishment.
Luke, do you mind?
Say that again.
She wanted to demonstrate. Maybe you can keep your hand. He's just saying that you were either holding the 2 fingers down, Shifra, or you're holding only one finger down. So if it's 1 finger down, you're curling around. If it's 2 fingers down, you're still curling around. That one's a little tougher. So can you see my hand okay? So index finger down, curl the rest of the fingers and touch the thumb. 2 fingers down, curl the fingers around and touch the thumb. Those are the 2 ones.
Thank you.
Thank you, Luke. Thank you so much. And the third thing that I was going to mention is you can also, like the meditation that we did in the beginning, is a meditation to ground you in the present moment. And, because then you're bringing your consciousness into your body, and you're feeling and your body is present here in 3D. It's present here in 3D. And so it helps presence you. That meditation can help presence you in 3D. So you can also do that. And you don't have to do a 5-minute meditation. You can, or make it longer. But even if you just for the moment close your eyes, you do one of these marmas, and then while you're doing that, you just imagine that gold light in your body, and you feel your body. Just go feel your body and feel the cells being alive. And that can help pull you out of ego mind too. And so with that, that is the conclusion of today's topic on ego. Would any of you like to comment or ask any questions? Or add something? All right.
Okay,
Well,
well, I'll just say, Ariana, beautiful, beautiful guide you are. I just love the way what you had to say, how you said it, your presence, your enthusiasm, your wisdom, your caring. So beautiful. It was such a deep, rich choice of quote, and one that could go far beyond and will what occurred here. You planted a beautiful seed for contemplating, what that
excellent.
so thank you, thank you, thank you.
Thank you so much, because that was my intent, was just the hope that through all of you, and please review the chat, because people had such wonderful things to say, and it just adds to the whole contemplation of it all. I mean, philosophers and psychologists have contemplated ego for eons, right? And it's never going to go away. It's always going to be with us. I used to think, oh, let me get rid of it. No, it's always going to be with you. Let it be your friend. Just manage it. Look at it, see it when it's happening, and manage it.
It's the first lyric of one of my songs is try on an ego that can be your friend. See what a mood it puts you in. Try on an ego not too short or too tall. An ego that won't let you walk through walls until you learn to walk on the ground. An ego not too square or too round. And it goes on with various verses. So bringing some humor in. What I learned too, ego is so interesting, like so many words. There are many definitions depending on the context and the stream of awareness it's coming from, or if it's from a psychological point, a cosmological point, where in the reference wheel. So it's a choice word, but it's a potent one. Okay.
It's loaded.
Daniel has his hand up, Ariana.
Daniel, hi.
Hi. Hi, Esther. I love you, Esther. I love your music.
So
Ariola, I want to say that it was your presence is very soothing and loving, and you were so out of your ego teaching this.
Maybe just different phases of it. Different phases. It's a constant work for me. I think I was the perfect person to talk about it, because it's been a constant work my whole life. So.
I'm here next to Dazi, and she was saying it's like everyone deals with it, right? All the time. So, but you did really well. Thank you so much.
Aww, you're
I
so
just
sweet.
demonstrate that.
Wonderful.
So thank you all.
Ariana, thank you so much. Let's go ahead and rub our hands together, give a big blast of love, and you can unmute.
Everybody. Love you, and I'm with you.
Love
Love you, and I'm with you. There we go. Love you, and
Nice
I'm
to
with
see you, Gary.
you.
Thank you, Ariana.
Love you guys.
Love you,
Love you, and I'm with you.
Love you.
Love you, and I'm with you.
Yeah.
Love you, and
Love
I'm
you,
with
and I'm with you.
Be with
Yeah, and I'm
you.
with
Have a great
you.
week.
And I'm with you.
Be and I'm with you.
Harvey.
And I'm with
And
you.
with you.
And I'm with
Good to
you.
see you.
Be
Hi,
well.
Linda. Yep, be
Gary.
well.
I'm with you.
Love you, and I'm with
Love
you.
you, and I'm with
Hi,
you.
Susan, Chris, Brett.
Love you, and I'm with
You.
you. And I'm with you.